Before art existed, nature was already painting masterpieces. Stripes, spots, and colors born not for beauty, but survival. They hide, warn, attract, and deceive. Every shade has a purpose. Today, we reveal the top 10 animals whose colors don't just exist. They perform. Let's begin. Number 10, jaguar, known to science as Panthera onca. Silent. Powerful. Unseen. Deep in the heart of the Amazon rainforest, where sunlight fractures through thick canopy and the air hangs heavy with moisture, a presence moves without sound. No warning. No rustle of leaves. Just a shift in the shadows. The jaguar emerges, then vanishes again. Its coat glows like burnished gold, layered with dark, rosette-shaped markings that seem almost deliberate in their design. Each pattern breaks the animal's outline, dissolving its form into the jungle's chaos of light and shadow. To prey, the jaguar is not a shape. It is confusion. A living illusion crafted by evolution itself. This is not beauty for display. This is camouflage perfected. Every spot serves a purpose, shattering motion, masking distance, erasing depth. In the dense rainforest, where survival depends on staying unseen, the jaguar does not chase. It waits. It blends. And when the moment arrives, it strikes with terrifying precision. What makes the jaguar truly feared, however, is not just its stealth, but its strength. It possesses the most powerful bite of any big cat, proportionally stronger than even the lion or tiger. Its jaws can crush bone, pierce armored skulls, and end a hunt instantly. Unlike other predators that suffocate their prey, the jaguar kills with a single, decisive bite, through the skull. And it is a hunter without limits. Millions of years of evolution have shaped the jaguar into something almost mythic, a creature so perfectly adapted to its environment that it blurs the line between animal and shadow. The jungle listens. It does not rely on speed. It does not waste energy. It waits. And the world comes to it. A predator that does not simply survive the jungle. It commands it. The jaguar is not just a hunter. It is the darkness between heartbeats. The silent ruler of the rainforest. Number 9, peacock. Known to science as Pavo cristatus. If nature ever created a creature meant to be seen, this is it. The forest grows quiet. Even the wind seems to hesitate. In a sunlit clearing, a single figure steps forward, calm, measured, almost deliberate. At first glance, the peacock appears restrained, holding back something extraordinary. Then instinct takes over. Slowly, with ritual precision, its massive tail begins to rise. Feather by feather, the transformation unfolds. What was once hidden now commands the entire landscape. Color floods the world. A colossal fin of iridescent feathers bursts open, shimmering with electric blues, emerald greens, and molten gold. Hundreds of perfect, eye-shaped markings stare outward, unblinking, symmetrical, hypnotic. With every subtle movement, the colors shift and ripple, bending light as if the feathers themselves are alive. This is not chance. This is design shaped by millions of years. Every feather tells a story of survival. Each eye spot is a signal, broadcasting strength, vitality, and genetic excellence. In the brutal logic of evolution, only the healthiest can afford such extravagance. Brilliance becomes proof. Beauty becomes power. As the peacock begins to tremble its display, the feathers vibrate in a soft, rhythmic hum. Light scatters and sparkles across the fan, creating an illusion of motion within motion. It becomes overwhelming, impossible to ignore, impossible to forget. Predators hesitate, momentarily unsure. Rivals stand frozen, outshone. Potential mates are drawn in by an ancient promise written in color and symmetry. This is not aggression. This is dominance through spectacle. And for humans, the effect has always been the same. Across civilizations and centuries, peacocks have been worshipped, painted, sculpted, and protected. A living crown, too magnificent to be ordinary. It stands. And the world looks back. A true performer. Nature's most unforgettable spectacle. Number 8, zebra. Instantly recognizable. Yet no two are ever the same. Across the vast African plains, Zebras move like living artwork, each one wrapped in a pattern of black and white stripes unlike any other on Earth. Every line curves, bends, and splits in a way that belongs to one animal alone. A signature written by nature itself. At first glance, the design seems simple. Even bold. But simplicity is an illusion. These stripes are the result of millions of years of survival under constant threat. To predators, the zebra's pattern does something remarkable: it disrupts vision. The eye struggles to measure distance. Edges blur. Depth perception collapses. What should be a clear outline becomes a puzzle the brain cannot solve. And the benefits don't end there. The contrasting stripes appear to repel biting insects, flies and parasites that spread deadly diseases across the savanna. Some scientists also believe the pattern helps regulate body temperature, creating tiny air currents along the zebra's skin under the punishing African sun. Even comfort becomes a form of survival. But the zebra's true brilliance is revealed only when danger arrives. A shadow breaks from the grass. A predator charges. The herd reacts as one. Hooves thunder. Dust rises. And suddenly, the plains erupt into motion. Hundreds of stripes collide and overlap, lines twisting, merging, splitting apart at full speed. The scene becomes chaos. Speed replaces shape. Movement replaces form. To the predator, there is no longer a single animal to track. No clear target. No moment to strike. The mind hesitates, just long enough. And in that hesitation, the zebras escape. This is not camouflage in the traditional sense. Not colors meant to blend into the background. This is confusion as a weapon. Illusion as defense. A living optical phenomenon, designed not to hide, but to overwhelm. Nature's most mesmerizing illusion, racing across the plains. Number 7, Leopard. Known to science as Panthera pardus. The ultimate ambush artist. In the wild, speed is loud. Strength is obvious. But the leopard practices a quieter kind of dominance, one built on restraint. It does not chase chaos. It creates silence. Its coat is evolution's perfect deception. Gold brushed with broken rosettes, each marking designed to fracture light and shadow. In forests, tall grass, rocky escarpments, or moonlit hillsides, the leopard's body dissolves into the background. Shapes blur. Distance lies. You search for it, and find nothing. Until the moment arrives. The leopard does not reveal itself before the strike. It waits, muscles coiled, breath steady, heart calm. When it moves once. A burst of precision. A calculated impact. By the time prey becomes aware, the hunt is already over. No chase. No warning. Only finality. Yet the ground is only part of the leopard's world. There, cradled by leaves and shadow, it feeds undisturbed while danger waits helplessly below. The trees belong to the leopard. This is not aggression. This is intelligence refined. Few predators on Earth match the leopard's adaptability. It thrives across continents and climates, dense jungles, arid savannas, snow-covered mountains, and the fractured edges of human civilization. It changes tactics. It changes prey. It survives where stronger animals vanish. Yet by survival alone, by efficiency, flexibility, and sheer persistence, the leopard stands as one of the most successful predators ever to exist. It hunts by day or by night. It eats what the land provides. It endures. Not the largest of the big cats. Not the loudest voice in the wild. Not the symbol of raw power. A hunter that never wastes energy. A shadow that never rushes. A reminder that true mastery does not announce itself. It waits. And the world walks into its reach. Let's move to next one. Before moving, subscribe my channel, press the bell icon. Number 6, Corn Snake. Known to science as Panthera fuscutatus. The forest floor is quiet. Leaves lie still. The air feels heavy. Then, movement. A flash of crimson coils through the undergrowth. Deep oranges follow, cut sharply by bold black markings. The colors strike first, long before the snake ever does. They ignite an ancient instinct buried deep in the brain. Danger. Step back. Do not touch. That reaction alone has saved this snake's life countless times. Because behind the warning colors lies a secret carefully hidden by nature. The corn snake carries no venom. No poison flowing through its bite. No chemical weapon waiting in its fangs. Instead, it carries an illusion, one of the most effective deceptions in the animal kingdom. Its brilliant pattern mirrors that of truly venomous snakes so closely that predators rarely dare to question it. In the wild, hesitation is survival. One wrong guess can end everything. And so most attackers turn away, choosing fear over curiosity. The bluff works. Again and again. Quiet and composed, the corn snake moves through forests, open fields, and human farmland as if it were part of the earth itself. It slips beneath fallen leaves, glides under logs, and disappears into tall grass without a sound. It does not challenge the world around it. It avoids notice, except when it needs to be seen. When the time comes to hunt, the corn snake becomes focused and precise. There is no venomous strike, no dramatic display of force. Instead, it lunges with accuracy, wrapping its coils slowly, steadily, cutting off breath rather than blood. The struggle fades. Silence returns. This is control. This is patience. In a world where many survive by being truly deadly, the corn snake proves a different truth, that perception can be just as powerful as reality. No venom dripping from its fangs. No poison sealing its kill. Just color. Just confidence. Just fear doing the work. Because in nature, sometimes the deadliest weapon is B. Number 5, mandarin fish known to science as Synchirapus splendidus. This fish does not merely exist in the ocean. It feels as though it was imagined there. Beneath the surface of warm tropical seas, where sunlight splinters into soft beams and coral cities stretch in every direction, something extraordinary drifts into view. At first, the eye struggles to make sense of it, electric blues flowing like currents of light across a delicate body, neon greens pulsing with life, and fiery oranges igniting in intricate patterns that shift with every subtle movement. The mandarin fish looks less like an animal, and more like a living dream. Each glide through the reef feels deliberate, as if it knows it does not belong to the ordinary world. Against the riot of coral colors, it should vanish. Instead, it mesmerizes, appearing hand-painted, too perfect to be real. But nothing in nature is wasted. This breathtaking beauty has a purpose. The mandarin fish's complex patterns fracture its outline, dissolving its shape into the reef's tangled textures. Coral shadows, shifting light, and swirling color blend together, making it nearly impossible for predators to separate fish from background. What should be obvious becomes uncertain. Motion becomes confusion. In a world where survival depends on being seen, or not seen, this fish masters both. It does not rely on speed. It does not rely on strength. It survives by being unreadable. The mandarin fish moves calmly, unhurried, gliding low along the reef floor. It slips between coral branches, vanishes into crevices, and reappears as if summoned by the ocean itself. It trusts its disguise, not to hide, but to confuse. And then, as daylight fades, the reef begins to transform. The sun sinks lower, and the water darkens into deeper blues. Shadows stretch across the coral, and the chaos of the day softens into quiet expectation. This is when the mandarin fish reveals its most magical behavior. Courtship. From opposite ends of the reef, two glowing figures emerge. Slowly, gracefully, they rise together from the ocean floor. Their colors intensify, becoming richer, brighter, alive with motion. Side by side, they perform a silent ballet, spiraling upward in perfect harmony, guided only by instinct and current. There is no violence here. No chase. No struggle. Only rhythm. For a few fleeting moments, the reef becomes a stage, and the mandarin fish becomes both dancer and masterpiece. The ocean itself seems to pause, as if aware that something rare is unfolding. And then, just as gently, the dance ends. The fish drift apart. The colors soften. The reef returns to its endless motion. But the memory remains. In an ocean already overflowing with color and life, the mandarin fish still feels otherworldly, an impossible blend of art and evolution, beauty and purpose. Not just a fish, but a living painting, drifting thr. Number 4, Blue Morpho Butterfly, known to science as morphopellides. The rainforest breathes in green. Light filters through the dense canopy, splintering into golden shafts that drift across moss-covered trunks, hanging vines, and the twisting tangle of leaves. Shadows stretch like silent rivers across the forest floor. Every sound is measured, every movement calculated. Life waits here in patience, in silence, in tension. Then, a flash. Electric blue cuts through the shadowed green. A streak of pure brilliance streaks across your vision, like sunlight striking polished metal beneath water. For a heartbeat, the world transforms. The forest glows. Time slows. All eyes, human and animal alike, are drawn to it. The blue morpho has taken flight. Its wings blaze with a radiance so intense it seems almost supernatural. Neon blues shimmer like molten light, electric greens pulse along the edges, and hints of iridescent violet ripple with every movement. This is no pigment. No paint. No illusion. The wings themselves are a miracle of physics, microscopic scales layered with such precision that light is bent, scattered, and reflected to create a color that cannot be captured by paint, camera, or imagination. Flash. Disappear. Flash again. With every slow, deliberate wing beat, the butterfly communicates a message as old as life itself. To predators, this blue is a warning: danger. Toxic. Not worth the risk. It is a language written in light, an unspoken decree that even the strongest hunters hesitate. The rainforest itself seems to pause under its brilliance, holding its breath as predator and prey alike recognize its command. And then, the wings fold. The brilliance vanishes. Brown and earthy tones take over. Patterns of muted tan and subtle lines mimic fallen leaves, bark, and shadow. What was once a dazzling beacon is gone. The butterfly dissolves into the forest floor as if it were never there. The predator is left confused. The moment passes. Survival continues, unseen and untouchable. Flash. Fade. Disappear. But the blue morpho does not simply survive. It thrives. It navigates the chaos of the rainforest, slipping through a labyrinth of branches, coral-like moss, and tangled vines with supernatural grace. It does not rush. It does not flee. Every movement is measured, every glide a negotiation with light, shadow, and life itself. And then, at dusk, the true spectacle begins. As sunlight softens and shadows lengthen, the blue morpho transforms again. During courtship, two butterflies rise from opposite sides of the forest floor. Slowly. Gracefully. Each movement deliberate. Their colors intensify, brighter, richer, pulsing like living fire in the fading light. Side by side, they spiral upward in a silent, hypnotic ballet, twisting and turning in perfect harmony. The reef of green becomes a stage. The current becomes music. The forest itself seems to hold its breath. Flash. Fade. Disappear. Every flutter, every shimmer, every ripple of color is survival, communication, and art in motion. No venom. No claws. No teeth. No chase. Butterfly. It is light made alive. It is art in motion. It is survival written in color. It is nature's impossible dream, drifting through the jungle, whispering a truth older than time itself. Number 3, tiger, known to science as Panthera tigris. Power. Wrapped in beauty. Across the vast forests, dense jungles, and rolling grasslands of Asia, a presence moves that commands attention, even before it is seen. At first, it is invisible, a whisper among the leaves. Then, a ripple of orange and black. A flash of stripes that fracture its massive form, scattering light and shadow. Each tiger carries a code as unique as a fingerprint, a signature written in nature's own hand. No two tigers are alike. Every stripe, every curve, every band of color is part of a masterpiece forged over millennia. It is both camouflage and art. The stripes are more than decoration. They are survival. They break up its outline among swaying grasses. They dissolve its shape into dappled sunlight and shadowed forest floor. To prey, the tiger is no longer a single creature. It is chaos. It is fear. It is an untraceable force, moving silently, patiently, inexorably. The tiger hunts with unmatched stealth. A solitary predator, it walks the jungle as a ghost. Every step is deliberate. Every pause calculated. Its ears detect the faintest rustle of leaves. Its eyes pierce the gloom, capturing movement invisible to most. Muscles coil under golden orange fur. Paws strike with precision. Claws extend in silence. And when it decides the moment has arrived, when its prey is closest, most vulnerable, the tiger strikes. Power, precision, and instinct converge in a heartbeat. A pounce, a bite, a life ended before the world even notices. It is nature's apex predator. Perfected. But the tiger's story is not only one of strength and predation. It is also one of fragility. These magnificent creatures, rulers of the forest, are disappearing. Their roars, once thunderous across the plains and valleys, fade into silence. Their territories shrink with every passing year. The tiger, emblem of wild power, teeters on the edge of extinction. Behind the majesty lies a stark truth: even the strongest are not immune to change, to threat, to human interference. Each lost tiger leaves a void in the jungle, a silence that echoes across time and memory. Yet even in vulnerability, the tiger's grandeur endures. It is more than a predator. It is evolution's living artwork, sinew and muscle, shadow and light, patience and power, all blended into one perfect hunter. Its stripes are poetry in motion. Its movements are music, measured, silent, and precise. Every step tells a story. Every roar commands respect. The tiger is simultaneously terrifying and beautiful, fleeting and eternal. The tiger does not simply survive. It dominates. It navigates dense forests, crosses rivers with effortless grace, and moves through rugged terrain as if it owns every inch of it. It balances the raw power of muscle with the subtleties of patience. Its very presence is a testament to what life can create: strength, artistry, and precision intertwined. And yet, the tiger is also a warning. A reminder that beauty and power are fragile. That even the mightiest creatures must contend with forces beyond their control. The survival of this apex predator depends not only on instinct, but on humans, the stewards of the land, the protectors of the wild. Every tiger that survives is a victory. Every roar heard across the jungle is a triumph. Every footprint left in the forest floor is a miracle. The tiger is not just a hunter. It is a shadow of fire moving through the forest. A symphony of stripes, muscle, and sinew. A living testament to nature's artistry. And its vulnerability. And when the jungle falls silent again, the echo of the tiger's power remains, a reminder that even in the face of extinction, beauty, strength, and majesty endure. The tiger is not just alive. It is legend in motion. A fleeting ghost of the wild, reminding us that some of the most extraordinary things on earth are also the most fragile. Number 2, toucan. In the heart of the rainforest, where sunlight filters through layers of green and shadows dance across the forest floor, a flash of color appears, a presence so vivid, it seems almost impossible to be real. The toucan. A bird that seems plucked from a storybook, yet it is very much alive. Vivid, whimsical, and utterly mesmerizing. Its body is a mosaic of color, deep, glossy blacks that shimmer in the filtered light, brilliant yellows that blaze like sudden sunlight, fiery oranges that burn across its chest, electric blues tracing subtle highlights along its wings and tail. Every hue is a stroke of genius, every combination a masterpiece of evolution. Against the endless green of the canopy, the toucan stands out not by accident, but by design. And then there is the beak. A structure so enormous it seems unreal, almost disproportionate to the bird's body, yet it is a marvel of balance and engineering. Rainbow-hued, it dominates the toucan's face with elegance and drama. Hollow yet strong, light yet unbreakable, it is a tool forged by evolution to serve every need. Every curve, every ridge, every vibrant color has a purpose. It is functional art, ornamentation, weapon, and instrument, all at once. The beak is a key to survival. High in the rainforest canopy, fruits hide among the leaves and branches where few creatures can reach. With astonishing precision, the toucan extends its enormous bill, plucks its prize, and maneuvers through the tangle of vines and foliage without faltering. Each movement is deliberate, each bite calculated. The bird glides, balances, and pivots with the grace of a dancer performing in a stage set by nature itself. The forest becomes a living buffet, its branches the stage, the toucan the performer. But the toucan's brilliance does not end with its own survival. Every fruit consumed carries seeds that will one day become trees. Every flight through the canopy becomes an act of creation, scattering life across the forest floor. Each movement, each meal, each interaction shapes the very landscape itself. In this way, the toucan is not just a bird, it is an architect of the rainforest, a silent sculptor, shaping the jungle as it navigates the green labyrinth above. Its colors are dazzling. Its presence is enchanting. Its purpose is profound. The toucan is a living paradox, flamboyant and functional, spectacular and sustaining. It reminds us that in nature, beauty is never mere decoration. It can be life-saving. It can be transformative. It can be magic, woven into feathers and light. Watching a toucan is watching evolution's poetry in motion. It is witnessing intelligence, precision, and creativity manifest in a living creature. It is seeing how brilliance can be both survival and stewardship. Every flap of its wings, every tilt of its head, every careful maneuver through the dense foliage carries intention. Every color, every shadow, every flash of iridescence is part of a strategy that allows it not just to survive, but to thrive. The toucan is more than a bird. It is a spectacle. It is an artist. It is a creator. It is life in its most vibrant, most elegant form. And as it leaps from branch to branch, color flashing across the green cathedral of the rainforest, it whispers a truth that is impossible to ignore. In nature, beauty is never without purpose. It sustains. It shapes. It endures. The toucan is both jewel and guardian, performer and architect, a living masterpiece that keeps the rainforests alive, vibrant, and endlessly enchanting. Number 1, Lionfish. Beauty draped in danger. Beneath the sun-dappled surface of tropical oceans, where shafts of light fracture into liquid gold and shadows weave through coral cathedrals, a presence glides with an elegance that seems almost unreal. At first, it is merely a whisper of movement, a flicker among the coral, a ripple against the sand. Then it emerges fully, the lionfish. A living tapestry of color, form, and motion. Long, flowing fins ripple like silk caught in the currents, stretching outward in hypnotic waves. Bold stripes carve dramatic patterns across its body, creating a rhythm that captures the eye, seduces attention, and arrests the imagination. Every line, every curve, every nuance of movement is deliberate, intentional, as though the ocean itself choreographed this ballet. It is not merely swimming. It is performing. Every motion is measured. Every tilt of its body, every sweep of its tail, every flick of a fin conveys purpose. It hovers, it drifts, it twists with a grace that seems otherworldly. Predators freeze, prey hesitate, and even the casual observer cannot look away. The lionfish is both brushstroke and artist, dancer and stage. The reef becomes a theater, and the lionfish the undisputed star. But lurking behind the hypnotic beauty is a weapon of lethal precision. Its long, needle-like spines are tipped with venom potent enough to paralyze, immobilize, or even kill. Each spine is a marvel, both shield and sword, elegance and danger entwined. With a single, precise strike, the lionfish can send a predator retreating, or secure a meal from the reef's abundant population. Evolution has crafted it as a masterpiece of offense and defense, its colors attract and warn, its spines protect and punish. Beauty and danger are inseparable. Survival itself has been painted in bold stripes across its body. Yet the lionfish's influence does not stop at individual survival. Where it has no natural enemies, it becomes an architect of imbalance. Entire reefs feel its presence. Native fish populations dwindle, hiding, fleeing, or vanishing under the relentless efficiency of this predator. Coral ecosystems are reshaped, food webs disrupted, and delicate balances overturned. A creature so beautiful, so mesmerizing, wields a power almost godlike, its elegance masking a force that can alter entire underwater worlds. And still, it mesmerizes. Every ripple of fin, every pulse of its tail, every calculated glide is a study in motion. It moves as though aware of every eye upon it, commanding attention without sound, without aggression, relying solely on presence, posture, and perfection. The lionfish is simultaneously graceful and terrifying, delicate and deadly, art and weapon. The water around it bends, currents shift, light scatters, all acknowledging the extraordinary spectacle unfolding. In its motion is rhythm. In its stripes is warning. In its spines is survival. The lionfish is a paradox made flesh, alluring yet dangerous, delicate yet deadly, beautiful yet utterly unforgiving. It is a living reminder that in nature, elegance is not innocence. And in the ocean, fascination and fear are often one and the same. To witness it is to feel the pulse of evolution, perfectly expressed in color, form, and function. Every stripe tells a story. Every movement carries intent. Every predator avoided, every prey captured, every ripple through the reef is testament to a creature finely tuned to survive, to dominate, and to mesmerize. The lionfish is not just alive. It is spectacle. It is terror wrapped in beauty. It is motion sculpted into art. It is evolution's masterpiece, painted in stripes, carved in venom, and choreographed by the ocean itself. And as it glides through coral spires, fanning its feather-like fins, casting shadows and light in an endless dance, you understand, this is more than a fish. This is nature's paradox made flesh. The lionfish. A living painting of danger and desire. A masterpiece of survival and seduction. A force both mesmerizing and terrifying. A reminder that in the wild, beauty is rarely harmless, and wonder often comes with a sting. Nature doesn't just create animals. It sculpts art, designs survival, and weaves strategy, all coming together in living masterpieces that leave us in awe. If this countdown amazed you, smash that like button and subscribe to Decode.